Welcome back. My name is Ted Thomas. I've been involved in the real estate business for over 30 years. And I'm going to give you some insight into an alternative, a subset of real estate. But our question today is, how should I invest in my pension lump sum? So I'm going to give you some background on that, give you some ideas to think about that. If you have a pension lump sum, a lot of people are going to be interested in you. So investments involve risk. And when there's risk involved, a lot of people don't want to be involved. So I've been in traditional real estate, which is very low risk. I've also been in an alternative of real estate called tax liens and tax deeds, which is really a subset of the regular traditional business. And it has a little more risk, but not very much risk at all. But when we start talking about tax liens or tax deeds, as soon as that word tax comes up, people get upset. Oh my goodness, what does this mean? There's taxes involved. All right. So in the investment business, there are tax liens that you can make money. For example, you could pay someone else's taxes by buying their tax lien on their property, and you can make yourself 16 or 18 or 24 or 36% on your money. That's a pretty good investment. Might be a good place for your lump sum of pension money. All right, but in this instance, we're going to talk about tax liens, we're going to talk about tax deeds, but let's really look at what's going to happen if you get involved in getting a lump sum from your pension. Now, the government mandated years and years ago that they would have tax liens and tax deeds. Way after that, people started investing in pension plans. And when pension plans pay off, they could pay off a ton of money all at once. What are you going to do with that money? You need to think about what you're going to do with that money. You need to think right away. So I'm going to talk about that on this particular session. So I'm going to discuss the question, how should I invest my pension lump sum? Now, if you're asking the question, how should I invest my pension lump sum, and you're in a crowd, and there's a group, I'm going to give you a great idea to think about right now. Everybody that's in the group is going to have an opinion. They all have an opinion. They all want to give you an answer, and I'm not so sure any of those answers are any good. So let's investigate it just a little bit. So before we get into what you're going to do with that money, let's start out by asking you a very important question that you should bring up to yourself. What are you going to do when you do get this lump sum? Do you want to just retire? In other words, are you just going to sit at home? Are you going to go out and play golf? Are you going to get a hobby? Or do you already have one? Are you going to travel a lot? Or are you just going to sit around in your rusty dusty? I don't know what you're going to do, but the amount of money that you have and what kind of cash flow requirements you have all need to be taken into consideration. So do you have a plan on what you're going to do when you retire? If you don't have one, well, let's start figuring out how you're going to live comfortably and how much money do you have. Is it 7 figures or more, or is it 7 figures or less? It's going to make a big difference on how you invest. Now, everyone has an opinion. So if you start out with stockbrokers, what are they going to suggest? Well, more than likely, they'll say, buy growth stocks. All right? Buy growth stocks and maybe buy bonds so that you know that you're building security into your life. But don't forget, growth stocks also have risk. Just when they stop growing, they might start going the other way. So growth stocks aren't a panacea that everything's going to work. All right. Now, how are you going to make money with this money? That's going to be a big concern. What about inflation? So the bankers are going to say, put your money in the bank. Well, what if you put your money in the bank and you're getting 1%, but right now the inflation is about 6%? Well, that means you're going to lose 5% every year. Well, 5% a year for 20 years, there's no money left. You'll just have your Social Security check. So you need to think about investments that are going to increase each year. Well, tax lien certificates would do that. If you bought a tax lien certificate, the lowest I've ever seen is a 12% interest rate. Highest I've ever seen is 36%. That might be someplace you could put some of this investment money. Now, inflation makes a big deal. It makes a big difference in what's going to happen in your life. What kind of difference does it make? It makes a difference whether you're going to have money to spend or whether you're going to get poorer and poorer and poorer every year. So is Social Security enough to carry you? Are you going to be able to do all those trips you wanted to make to Europe and go see Paris and Rome and all those places? Or maybe you're going to go the other way and you want to see China and Tokyo and Taiwan and whatever. All right, if you want to do any traveling, are you going to have money to do it? So you need to know how much money you're going to get. Now, where are you going to place it? Yes, you could put it in the bank. Yes, you could put it in stocks. Are those the only places? Well, no, there's other places to put it. But where else are you going to do it? Maybe you want to be in cryptocurrency. Now, I don't know what the risk there is, but I would worry about that because I don't know about it. Now, if you know and you're an expert on cryptocurrency, you might think, well, that's the place to have your money. What if you want to take it out? Is it going to be there? How do you know it's going to be there? Is it protected? All right. So I'm not making a recommendation here. I'm just suggesting and discussing these are all the different avenues. How should you invest your pension lump sum? Well, that's a big chunk of money. And I'm going to say you want to be as conservative as possible, but you still have to worry about growth. All right. Now, if you're eyeing savings accounts, nothing wrong with savings accounts. If you have relatives, you need to think closely what I'm going to talk about now. So what do your relatives want? Well, your relatives want whatever you've got. That means any wealth you have, they're hoping that they're in line to get it. All right. Now, I don't know whether they are or not, but they want to make sure they're in line to get that. So where are their recommendations going to be? Are they going to tell you to go out and take risk? No. They're going to say put the money in the bank because then they know it's there if something happens to you. All right, so what you have to decide. If you're going to take care of all those people and you want to take care of them, I can understand that. How about your wife? How about your spouse? What does she want to do? Does she want to have risk? Does she want to have all security? Kind of a big question to be asking, right? All right, to be honest, all your relatives are going to give you information that says, hold on to it, just keep it in the bank. But if inflation takes over, which it's doing now at 6%, then what's going to happen? Your money in the bank is worth less and less and less every year. Now, the money, as you read it on your passbook savings account, it stays the same and it goes up a little bit, but it's getting less value. It buys less every single year that they have inflation. All right, so insurance companies will say, well, why don't you put the money into annuities, which will give you a fixed rate of return? Nothing wrong with insurance, nothing wrong with annuities. However, I will tell you that those insurance companies pay those insurance salesmen a lot of money to sell annuities. All right, same situation. If it's in annuities, it's going to pay until you pass away, and then it's over. They're going to keep all the money. So you need to think about what are you going to do with this lump sum of money? Now, it's going to be up to you. So there's dozens of ways. Now, I've been involved in an alternative part of real estate for 30 years. So I'll tell you a little bit about it. Very briefly, the local governments in half of the states will sell tax lien certificates. They're safe, secure investment. You invest with the government, you get a check back with the government. You can earn 16, 18, 24, up to 36% interest, and the check is going to come from the government. So that's probably a pretty safe investment. Now, if you didn't get paid, you're going to end up with the property. So you'd have to just sell the property and you make even more money. So tax lien certificates are a good investment. So what are you looking for? Are you looking for security? Well, local real estate is relatively secure. Brokers locally will be happy to sell you real estate, and maybe you have cash flow from that. My point is, how should you invest your lump sum of money? This is something that really has to be given some thought. All your relatives are going to say the same thing. Put the money in the bank. Don't worry about it. Only make 1%. Because what do they want when you pass away? When you pass away, they just want the cash. They don't want to be putting up with all these different investments. So are you willing to learn a little bit? Are you willing to learn about some other investments? Could you do other things? Or have you already decided you're going to sit on your rusty dusty and you're not going to do anything? It's your money. You're going to decide what you're going to do and how you're going to invest that pension lump sum of money. However, be sure you've checked with your spouse and she's in on the deal. Because if she doesn't like what you're going to do, then you're going to have problems at home. So you don't want to do that. So maybe you put some of it in safe, secure investments so that that lump sum is taking care of her. And then you can use some of the rest of the money to do some investments that are going to continue growing. All right. So if you haven't allocated the money and you haven't thought about it, and you haven't thought about where you are in your life, you need to do that now. Now is the time to do it before you get that lump sum of money. All right. I don't dislike the banks, but if the banks are only paying 1 or 2% and the inflation is 6% or more, you're losing money. So that's probably not the best thing to think about. I also like stocks. Why do I like stock? Because many stocks are going up, up, up. But you're going to have to look at that. You're going to have to pay attention. Growth stocks don't always grow. They stop growing, and then they can be a crisis. All right, are you willing to watch the stock market all the time so that you can stop the losses when it's going to happen? Because it will happen. All right, so everybody has a different idea of what safe and secure is. I will tell you from my perspective, I've seen a lot of people get in tax lien certificates. They invest with the government. They get a check back from the government. Do they get high interest rates? In some cases, all the way up to 36%. Not unusual to get 10, 12, and 15%. The point is, what are you going to do with that money? All right, you can invest it in many different areas, but don't take the whole thing and put it in one place, because if that turns into a crisis, well, you'll have lost a lot of money. Okay, my name is Ted Thomas. I'm finishing up now, and for those of you that are going to go to tax auctions and learn that business, I have many other videos that are on this channel that you can learn about that. Now, I'm about to finish. As I finish, I want to tell you ahead of time, if you're going to go to the auction, don't buy anything at the auction unless you've had boots on the ground. A lot of reasons for doing that. There could have been a fire. There could have been a flood. There could have been a chicken farm next door that was very smelly. All kinds of things could happen to property. You want to know that before you get to the auction and before you bid on it, because you're going to have to sell it ultimately. Another thing you want to be very cautious of at the auction is how high are you bidding. So you want to have an exit strategy, knowing what you're going to sell the property for before you buy it. That way you control your bidding. My name is Ted Thomas, and right below me is a free gift.